Alrighty, guys. It is 3:30 this Tuesday, March 24th. And yeah, we got a pretty sloppy day for sure, and nothing much going on. We started off today thinking selling early strength, range bound. We had a slight bias to the downside. We got a lot of early weakness, though, not a lot of early strength to sell again, but a lot of weakness right from the get-go that they pressed it to the downside first. Support held at the 68.50, 68.70, and then we are back up again, and now we are kind of trading in a range again. So I would just say range bound is kind of where we are right now. In the bigger picture, we are still trading right at that congestion area on the ES, as you can tell, right? We're right down here. If we move this down here, fold these together, you're trading right in this congestion area. And I would just say range bound. If they can hold this area, range bound, maybe have a shot at trading back up again. If they take out this area, starts trading below that 66.10, and bets are off, we are heading lower. So I would stand a short side if they take out that 6600 level of support right there on the F2. I would take off the short. I would take off any range man. I would just lean on the short side at that point, see how far they want to take it. But it has been a pretty sloppy session, knocked back and forth, rocky and crazy, volatile. I have not traded the ES or Nasdaq on this account at all today. Been too sloppy. So Nasdaq, same story there. Range bound, early weakness, back in the range, and Nasdaq is also holding in a spot there between these two support there or congestion areas. If you're above the 120, 150s, below the 360s, 370s, and that's trading in this range. So range bound trading on the Nasdaq. If anything, I would stay on the short side on both of them right now. I'm not seeing that late in the session strength you would love to see. I mean, we've got some strength going into that 2 o'clock hour, but as you can tell, it's just fizzling out. So, and it's been pretty darn sloppy. So, it's very difficult trading when it is like that. So, no trades on the ES or Nasdaq for me today. I did take a couple of bond trades. Bond market is always my go-to when the indices are too crazy. And let me go back down here to. It's my bond chart, my bond screen. There it is. All right, so I took two trades. The first trade I took was a short on the way down here. I was holding this support area, and this is my classic setup. The only problem is when it's sitting like this for too many bars, and I did not click in an order. I was thinking like with this kind of move to the downside in the morning, I'm thinking they're going to try to take it lower. There was a shot at a few ticks if you get long at the low end of this range to get in right here, but unless you took your profit at 2 ticks, it would have probably been just shaking out with a break even. So that's the best you can have done on that one. The short I took went to break even and then stopped me out, so that was a scratch, a shakeout, and then I missed this run up here. I stepped out for a second, but this would have been very tradable. And then when it retraces like this and start moving higher, hopping on the long side for a better rotation back to that midpoint or the mean, definitely an opportunity. I hopped on a little bit later after they took out the mean, and they took out the mean, backed off. I got long, had enough to go to break even. They were flopping around. I just took my one tick out of that, got out of it, and that was a nick of time because then this crazy stuff happened. I don't know what that exactly was, but that was kind of crazy stuff happening for a while. And then around that 1 o'clock hour, here's your 2-year auction. I actually had a big impact on the long-term bonds. So they ran it pretty hard down, and now they're coming back up again. So I did not trade this stuff. This is a reaction to the bond auction. So and I can't quite tell where they're going to go. But they ran it hard lower. So going short here for a move lower would have been a disaster. So anyway, I don't necessarily trade that if I don't really have if there's some news like that driving it. So right now we're back up again. So pretty much range bound right now in the bonds. If anything, I would stay on the short side, looking for rotations to the downside, if anything, because we are pretty much down below the 113, holding there still. So anyway, we leave it there for now. Back to the ES and the Nasdaq. And as you can see, we're getting a little bit more weakness here. So more weakness going on here, and we'll see how weak it's going to get going into the close. Alrighty, guys, we leave it there for now. And I will see you guys back bright and early in the morning. Now, news for tomorrow. We have a little bit of news. What do we got? Wednesday, we get mortgage apps in the morning. Import-export prices at 8:30. Retail and wholesale inventories at 8:30 as well. And oil report, 5-year auction. That's it. nothing crazy going on tomorrow morning when it comes to news either. So anyway, it looks to me like we're getting some selling now going into the close. So weakness, not a great sign going into the afternoon and the close. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. I'll see you back in the morning and we'll do this all over again. All right, guys, later.